Howdy folks, this is Shane. I thought I'd explain a little bit about how I ended up with another American sound pedal. So what this pedal does, it does extremely well, and it's only 35 bucks. So this might be the cheapest American sound pedal on the market. I'll post some links below so you can check it out if you want it. Now the cool thing about what this does is it takes this signal going direct to the sound card or a PA system, which sounds pretty average, and it turns it into a Fender amp. Let's have a listen. And that's great already. It sounds awesome. You can add more or less drive, however you like. You can have it sound like a Fender Twin by backing off the drive and changing up the voicing. We'll have a listen to that as well. Let's have a listen. Or you can get it to sound more tweedy just by turning that up. Tweedy. I kind of like it with the drive up and the voice back a little bit. That's kind of like how I like to run it. Now, in my experience, and we've used these playing live as well as on my old albums as well, they're just a really great tool for recording. The reverb seems to sound better after it for whatever reason. That's the only pedal I'll put after it. So let's take a listen now. That's a really wet sounding reverb, but it's all I got, so that's going to have to do. Now, as you can see, we've got a compressor here. We've got an overdrive, which is based on the Klon called the Pegasus, and the Ghost Rain. And the cool thing about these pedals is they're all affordable, all around the same sort of price anyway. So let's see how it sounds now or responds by putting an overdrive into it. Just turn the volume up a little bit. Here we go. Now the great thing is, it actually gets louder, which is what you want. So you're getting the same sort of analog experience you would getting plugged into an amp, which is great. Turn up the volume and the gain a little more as well. Over to bridge. Yeah, all right. So that works well. Let's add a little bit of delay and see how it sounds. So as you can hear, it works great with all the pedals running into it and after it as well. Let's see how it sounds now with some compression. Let's give this a go. This is with it off to start with. Compressor on. All right, with it off again. So it really does respond the right way, which is great. And you can, of course, turn everything on and go to town. Now, even if you don't have other effects and you just basically relying on this, you can still get some great tones. I always think it's nice having a little bit of reverb. Some PA systems have some reverb. If you're just using this as a straight up recording tool, you can add the reverb in basically in editing if you're working on an album or something like that as well. So for me personally though, I like having everything on the board. It makes it easier for me to sort of see my settings. If I'm recording, I'll walk over and take a photo of the settings that I've used so I can then go back later and set it up on another track and have the same tone. So consistency is good, you can do it that way. And just taking a photo will allow you just to set it up the same way a second time if you want the same tone over everything. And that's pretty much how I worked when I did my own album a few albums ago with Rick and Brian. We all used these and they sounded great. So if I can find those solos, there's a couple online, I'll post them up in the cards and you can sort of see how they sound. Those videos are old, this room looks very, very different, but the fact is, this kind of stuff worked extremely well just straight into the sound card, and it will also work well straight into the PA system, which we've used them for a number of times. Now, I haven't actually used this particular one live, but I used the Joyo American Sound live a number of times at gigs where people were eating dinner right in front of the stage and we couldn't have our amps there, so we had to find another way to actually do the gig, and the easiest way was just go direct to the PA system. So overall, these are great. For 35 bucks or thereabouts, it's probably the cheapest one of these you're gonna find. If you do have any comments or questions, please leave them below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Let me know what you think of the tone as well, and I'll catch you on the next video. See ya.